Bow Rangers with him, and don't forget Cybrandian can certainly force a pace too. These three have it as they come to the first of the 19 fences, and they're in the air together, they touch down together. Forgive and Forget is 4, Nupsala 5, and Golden Friend and Berlin's Cross, and the two castles, Andrea and Warden, are at the back. They come to the second, this is the first ditch, and Bow Rangers stood off from it a very long way indeed. The pace is extraordinarily hot, and there's a lot of daylight between those three up front, and it's Bow Ranger and Desert Orchid, and Cybrandian now has given up the unequal struggle of really forcing this pace, but they're 15 lengths clear of Forgive and Forget. They've only jumped 2 fences. Nupsala is in 5th place. Then comes Golden Friend, Berlin's Cross, and the two castles. So they turn into the back straight. They come down towards the third, and on the inside, it's Desert Orchid who leads. Desert Orchid the leader from Bow Ranger, and Cybrandian on the right, and this is the third. They come to it, Desert Orchid from Bow Ranger and Cybrandian, then Forgive and Forget and Nupsala, and Golden Friend and Berlin's Cross, and Castle Warden and Castle Andrea is tailed off. Now this is the second, and it's a ditch, and they come to it, and Bow Ranger has it from Cybrandian and Desert Orchid, 10 clear of Nupsala, who goes into 4, Forgive and Forget 5. They race down towards the 5th of the 19 they take, and Bow Ranger now has won the fight for the lead. Bow Ranger leads by 3 parts of a length. From, in second place, Cybrandian, Desert Orchid. There go Forgive and Forget. That was Berlin's Cross in the red, and the tailed off horse is almost a fence behind already. They're coming down to the 6th, and it's Bow Ranger in the lead from Cybrandian, and that's some idea of the chasing group as Nupsala goes through into 3rd. So it's Bow Ranger in the lead from Cybrandian in 2nd, and Desert Orchid in 3rd, and they're 15 lengths clear of Nupsala and Forgive and Forget. They're 20 lengths clear of Berlin's Cross and Golden Friend, who is 5 lengths clear of Castle Warden, who's a distance clear of Castle Andrea, and they turn into the home straight and they come towards the 7th. Really a breathtaking pace here, set by Bow Ranger from Cybrandian and Desert Orchid, but Forgive and Forget now getting a bit closer, and Nupsala is in 5th, and this is the 7th, and the leaders are over, and Forgive and Forget and Nupsala. Then comes Golden Friend and Berlin's Cross. They come down towards the 8th, and it's Bow Ranger on the outside of Desert Orchid. Then comes Cybrandian. Behind these comes Forgive and Forget, then Nupsala, then the other 3, Golden Friend and Castle Warden and Berlin's Cross. Castle Andrea tailed off. This will be the last next time round. The pace really furious. The grey, of course, Desert Orchid on the left, got the inside from the start. Bow Ranger on the outside of inside. Cybrandian is in 3rd, and John Oakes, they've gone so fast over this first mile. Can they keep it up?
I just hope they haven't gone too fast, John.
Yeah, they've gone an extraordinary quick gallop. Colin Brown, I think, would like to have been in front, and he's tried to stay up sides with Desert Orchid. But Bow Ranger looks like far the happiest going at this pace, and I mean, it's very difficult to see anything beating him at the moment. They're a long way from home yet, but he seems to be coping with this pace better than anything else.
He's sometimes been out-jumping Desert Orchid. Desert Orchid hasn't been jumping at his very best yet, but the race is only just beginning.
Well, at the 11th of the 19 fences, and Forgive and Forget, the horse with the noseband. That one's back in 4th place, but Bow Ranger leads from Desert Orchid in 2nd as they go towards the second last ditch, and Desert Orchid comes into it, jumps it well, Cybrandian 3rd, Forgive and Forget, Nupsala, and there Berlin's Cross fell. The jockey's rolled away, the horse will be getting up shortly, and they turn into the back straight, and it's Desert Orchid on the inside, but Bow Ranger has it by a couple of lengths. Bow Ranger from Desert Orchid, and Forgive and Forget, the Gold Cup winner. And now, perhaps appreciated that fantastically fast pace. He's picking up and starting to run, and he's closing in 3rd, Cybrandian, then the French runner Nupsala, so they've got 7 more fences to jump, and it's Bow Ranger in the lead from Desert Orchid, then Forgive and Forget, then Cybrandian, then Castle Warden, followed then on the outside by Nupsala, the French runner and the jockey in the green jacket. That was the 7th from home. Desert Orchid moves up on the inside of Bow Ranger. Forgive and Forget is closing in 3rd, then Nupsala is 4 and Cybrandian 5. The one that's tailed off is Castle Andrea. This is the last ditch, and Bow Ranger just didn't meet it quite right. Desert Orchid meant the better. Cybrandian a crashing fall there, and Desert Orchid goes into the lead as they race down with just 5 more fences to jump. And the French horse is going well too in 4th place, but they've got to catch the one in front is Desert Orchid, and he met that one flying, and Bow Ranger is 2nd, and on the outside Nupsala goes well in 3rd, Forgive and Forget 4. They come down towards the 4th from home, and Desert Orchid in the lead. Desert Orchid met it well from in 2nd place Nupsala, who's weaved through between them to challenge in 2nd place. And so as they turn into the home straight, that was Cybrandy and Roddy Beck, and he's okay. But they turn into the home straight with 3 to jump, and the French raider Napsala is going ominously well as Desert Orchid is out in front, and he's leading, but only by half a length. Napsala is second. Then comes Bow Ranger on the outside third. Behind these, Forgive and Forget is in 4th place. We've got a real race in prospect as the French go on. Napsala pulling double on the outside of Desert Orchid. What reserves can Desert Orchid find? 3 out. Desert Orchid jump well. Napsala, though, has a turn of foot, and Napsala goes on, and Desert Orchid looks beaten. Forgive and Forget back in 3rd place. They come down towards the second last, and Napsala leads. Desert Orchid can find no more. Bow Ranger makes a mistake. They've just got 1 more fence to jump, and Napsala, the French challenger, out in the lead. And now the Gold Cup challenger, Forgive and Forget, is the only challenger. Desert Orchid is beaten in 3rd. They come to the last. Napsala on the left, and Forgive and Forget falls. Desert Orchid is left second, but this King George VI round chase has been presented to France in the form of Napsala, who comes 15 lengths clear, and at the line, Napsala is the winner. Napsala the winner. Desert Orchid finishes second. Golden Friend stays on to be third. Bow Ranger is 4. And at the rear of the field, I must say that the last horse to finish is Castle Warden. The Forgive and Forget is on his feet, but at the moment, I'm afraid to say, Mark Dwyer is still on the ground. They've clocked just over 6 minutes for this furious pace, and the race has gone to France. Enterprising ride by Andre Pommier. That's Mark Dwyer, I'm afraid, winded and wounded after his fall at the last on Forgive and Forget, who was the only challenger to this horse, number 9, Napsala, who's owned by Mrs. Robert Fougedois, trained by Francois Derman in France, and at 25 to 1 has brought probably the best Christmas present to the bookmakers they're ever likely to have.
Well, all I can say is magnifique. What a wonderful sporting achievement this is for André Pommier and Francois Dumas to bring this horse over and, at the first time of asking, take on the best in England and beat them fair and square. Absolutely slam them, because they're at the 3rd last. The result's already on the board, John.
There was never any doubt when they turned for home. He's ridden a tremendous race, Mr. Pommier, and it'll be great for racing this, because there'll be plenty of French trainers thinking they'll be fancying the chances now. And what with the Eurotunnel being built, they'll probably be coming over in droves, I should think.
Forgive and Forget makes the most gallant effort here. Desert Orchid is already beaten, I'm afraid. Forgive and Forget throwing it all in, going to the last, but sadly he doesn't get quite high enough.
No, he's paid the penalty. He's given Mark a pretty heavy fall. Yeah, I hope Mark's okay. But I think they've paid the penalty from going
very good has just told us, John, that Mark Dwyer has got up, I'm glad to say, and a big round of applause too.
That's good news.
That. But here's the man who deserves the applause, Monsieur Pommier, and who can blame him for giving this good horse a tremendous clap on the neck.
Great achievement, that.